confrontation. Watching this video, more than all countries in the world, America is the first country in the country to use more petrol diesel. The most expensive gasoline diesel from Iran. Transit country. Petrol prices have risen sharply. And so in normal Americans. With increased prices, the normal people are many people. There is a lot of trouble. Normally people in America are also all. The petrol diesel prices have to be made available. USA precedent with adults in Iran. USA precedent about rising prices of petrol diesel. Iran was meeting with the nation to upset them. Talking fails. USA precedent. Only USA people are good for everyone. Wenig was given the president of USA in the country. Watching this video.
President, so we're talking about the future. Yes, go ahead. Well, we disagree with that ruling. It's crazy because you look at it, this never happened to any other president. They're trying to get a redo. They're trying to get what we used to call in school a do-over. And if you look, we had no collusion, we had no obstruction, we had no nothing. The Democrats were very upset with the Mueller report, as perhaps they should be, but I mean, the country is very happy about it because it was never anything like that. And they're trying to get a redo or a do-over, and you can't do that. As far as the financials are concerned, we think it's the it's totally the wrong decision by, obviously, an Obama-appointed judge. He was a recent Obama-appointed judge. Well, I've known him, and he's been against Trump from the beginning. He probably wants to run for some other office. I don't think he'll do very well. He's been a loser for a long time. Rarely votes for Republicans. And, personally, I think he's not much.
Mr. President, what do you have to say to Americans who feel that your administration is stonewalling all these investigations up on Capitol Hill? Why not let John DeSantis?
I think we've been the most, I think we've been the most transparent administration in the history of our country. We just went through 2 years of Bob Mueller with 18 people that hated Donald Trump. They were angry Democrats, as I call them. We've been through it for 2 years. They spent almost $40 million on it. We had, I think, 500 people testified. We had 1.4 or 1.5 million documents. At the end of all of that, he said there's no collusion. Now what happens is the Democrats want to redo, and we've had enough, and the country's had enough. There has never been, ever before, an administration that's been so open and transparent. So we want to get on. What we want to do is get on with running the country. Well, I put out my position on abortion. You've known it for a long time, but I put it out the other day. You have it. I feel strongly about it. And all of that is working its way through court, along with the fact that the Democrats are talking about third term, and they're really talking about beyond third term, and that's a terrible thing. So with Iran, we'll see what happens, but they've been very hostile. They've truly been the #1 provocateur of terror in this country, and representing their country, but certainly our country has been very much involved because we're trying to help a lot of people out, and I don't mind that at all. We have no indication that anything's happened or will happen, but if it does, it will be met, obviously, with great force. We'll have no choice. Say it. We have not. We've not talked about it. We'll see what happens. If they called, we would certainly negotiate. But that's going to be up to them. I'd only want them to call if they're ready. If they're not ready, they don't have to bother. Well, we'll see what happens. But right now, we have very strong sanctions. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I think we're doing very well in Pennsylvania. We won it last time. The polls had us losing Pennsylvania last time, and we won. And I expect we'll win it this time because the coal industry, the steel industry, the car industry, they're all doing incredibly well. Pennsylvania now has the best employment they've ever had, the best employment record. more people working in Pennsylvania now than ever before, like in our country. So I think we'll do very well in Pennsylvania. Yeah, they'll appeal it. They'll appeal it. Sure, they'll appeal it.
What about this child? There's another child who has died on the border. This child migrant.
Well, I know this, that if you look at the border, and if you look at the fact that the Democrats are really making it very, very dangerous for people by not approving simple, quick, 15-minute legislation, we could have it all worked out. It'd be great for people, great for lives, great for safety, and the border's a dangerous place. It's only made that way because the Democrats will not approve any legislation. I mean, they don't want to approve anything, and it's making the border very dangerous. Well, we're working very hard, and I'll tell you, the Border Patrol people and all of law enforcement's working very hard. I mean, unfortunately, many of them have become doctors and nurses, and they're taking people that are very, very sick from a long trek up 2,000 miles, and they're doing an incredible job. Honestly, what should happen is the Democrats should sit down and make changes so that we can protect people on the border. Say it again. There are no talks going on with Iran. I think Iran would be making a very big mistake if they did anything. If they do something, it'll be met with great force. But we have no indication that they will. Okay?
Are you going to approve additional funding for Puerto Rico for disaster funding as part of this package?
So I've given more money to Puerto Rico than I believe any president ever. They've gotten $91 billion for the hurricane. Not only that, our military, our law enforcement, and FEMA has done a great job for Puerto Rico, and I think the people of Puerto Rico are very thankful. We'll see you in...
Will you approve the package, sir?